Alright, welcome back to Rimworld, episode 6. This is the second time I've recorded this episode, because I realized I had an error in my editing towards the end. I actually ended up chucking on the beginning of the previous episode onto the end of this one. And so I'm just recording it again because it wasn't really salvageable. These things are bound to happen. No one does it right the first time. Right? So we're building our base more and more. I decided to make this episode a bit longer. It's about twice the length. Usually mine have been about 8 minutes. This is about 16. That is because I found that not enough was being covered in the episode, and I thought there were much more interesting things that happened later in those. So this one, it's going to be a bit longer. I hope that people are still interested in watching. I think that 16 minutes is probably about the maximum. Maybe I'd go up to 20, but I'd like to see what people like first. So yeah, we're mining away. We're going to put some batteries in here, I believe. We're just going for the metal at the moment. I'm pretty sure my old me is thinking, some metal. I could do that. I could need that. Oh god, it's surprisingly hard to commentate on something. Finding things to say is difficult, and then saying them right is even harder. That's a quote from me. Looks like we've got space for all of our people inside the mountain now, which is pretty cool. It means it does mean that they're sort of rushing in and out a lot until we move certain things like food production and things like that. But we have laid down flooring for them, so it's not so bad. Oh, raging thunderstorms, crazy. I think that's yet another reason not to go outside. Raging thunderstorms. Looks like squirrel died. We have to kill him. He was injured and he couldn't move. He wasn't dead. We just had to kill him. Full batteries. Awesome. Again, separate power grids. Very important. I'm going to keep going on about that because not enough people do it. Also, a good thing to do early on, even way before this stage, I actually did, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my drop beacon for the communications, the drop-off thing, it's right in between my dumping stockpile and my regular stockpile. I will actually move those later, but in the beginning it's really good and makes it very convenient to trade if you just have everything right next to each other. Especially when things drop down once you've done trading, people don't have to rush around moving a lot of stuff, which is very handy, because the less your people move, the better. Or the least distance they have to move. Also, I always set up the stone bench near that, so that we can get complete access to rocks or stone to convert to bricks, which is in the same place too. Once I do move that into the base, though, it does suffer a little bit because people are having to walk over it. We'll see that soon. Perhaps not in this episode. I'm not exactly sure what I get done. So here we're removing the roof because for some reason when you uncover these areas, there is a roof there, constructed roof, oddly enough. Oh, watch this guy, he's gonna die like instantly. Boom, dead. Very efficient defense. So anyway, so that roof, if you uncover areas, always use the remove, the no roof region tool on that, and then you'll actually uncover a lot more like sky if you do that. I think what the game does is when it randomly generates those areas, it puts the roof over it and then collapses. It collapses naturally because of there not being any supports in the middle. but there's still a certain amount of roof left. I think the distance is something like 5 meters, 5 blocks or so. I'm pretty sure there's a meters. Oh, boom rats. I really hate boom rats. Again, we want to keep our interior clear of animals. We don't want to have any running around inside our base, especially boom rats, because they will cause problems. They will explode and they will set things on fire. You know, one of the most common things is eclipses, and luckily, this is why I always go for the geothermal plants. Again, is you usually don't have to worry about eclipses. It looks like though we've been struck by a solar storm as well, which sucks. Or have we? Have we just lost power? I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Are we being attacked? Oh yeah, all the squirrels in the region. Oh man. Whoa, look at all those squirrels. Yeah, we had a psychic wave where all the squirrels attacked us. Not so good. If you didn't have adequate defenses for that, all of your people would be basically injured a lot, because the squirrels would just run at you and injure you. Even if you had someone outside on a squirrel attack, they would probably be dead, because if you got 5 squirrels attacking one colonist, the squirrels are a lot faster than colonists, so they can swarm them and just kill them. Oh, it looks like I decided to quit for some reason. And we're back anyway. Oh, what a lovely day. Raining. Keeping up on the meals. Always got to keep your meal storage high. I always try to... I don't really have a method for it. I'm like, okay, at this stage I'm going to have only 10 meals prepared at a time, and then 30, and then 60. At some point I have to increase the amount of people who are producing meals. What we're doing here is we're emptying out an area for the new hydroponics bays, because I do realize that we're starting to run out of food, which is not ideal. We really need more food production. It just so happens we have an ideal area for hydroponics. There we go. Trying to space them as nicely as possible so that the colonists can get in and plant all the crops nicely. And we'll replace those walls with metal walls, I think. Again, you can see keeping the area covered by the sun lamp where all the hydroponics bays are. There's probably a very efficient pattern to have. I don't know what it is, and I'm usually I don't really care too much. If I need more hydroponic space, I'll build another sun lamp and another hydroponic space somewhere. In the meantime, this is more than enough, although the disadvantage at the moment is that my stockpile is way outside, so maybe I'll have to keep running in and out and in and out. It looks like we have a prisoner. I don't remember when we got them, but maybe we've had them this whole time. We want to try and, as soon as you get a prisoner, you want to start converting them as soon as you can, because it'll be very important to get them. You need as many people as you can. Doesn't matter who they are or what they can do, as long as they can do something, they're useful. You can probably become really picky about who you save when you have about 15 or 20. Well, I'm not really sure on the numbers of how many colonists you can have. I never really counted them. I think 15 is the sort of near the maximum, maybe 20. I think I finished this playthrough with 16. I can't remember how many I had in my escape vehicle. You see, I'm deciding who to put on cleaning, and you know, I'm getting to the point where I can make those decisions now. where I can really have specialist people. No, we're selling all of these useless things like missiles and shells. They're not currently being used for anything. I'm pretty sure that the intention is to add ammunition into the game at some point, which would be getting to the kind of Men of War stage of things, I would have thought, where people have their own inventory and things like that. The AI would have to be very clever about it, though. It would be very annoying to have to do what you have to do in Men of War, which is manually refill all each individual soldier if they run out, which is very kind of annoying. But that game is very in-depth. In this game, maybe they will take a more laid-back route about it. So we've moved our stockpile, or we're in the process of moving our stockpiles into the base. This, I think, is a dumping stockpile. And we're working on our new solar panel plant. And the interesting thing about solar panels, it doesn't seem to matter if even just a tiny portion of the solar panel is exposed to sun, just some of it has to be exposed and you'll get 100% power. There's not a granularity with the solar panels at the moment, which is pretty cool. It's definitely pretty useful. Although probably a bug, it'll probably be changed in the future. It's just like Minecraft, you know. Everyone's like, all the build videos I watch, and they're like, oh, this is kind of exploiting a bud switch or something, blah blah blah, redstone may not work in the future. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Ah, you see, look, uncovered that entire area. There was no need for a roof in any of that. And I've just made a horrible mistake there by putting all of those together. I think I've run out of metal, so I have to remove some, luckily. But you should never do that with your solar panels. You should never nest them right next to each other. A colonist has to be able to access at least, like, doing a two, like a row of, like, where they're just two next to each other. That's probably the best one. But even then, it's probably better just to have each solar panel independent and just link them together with conduits. This mainly to prevent fire from destroying all of your solar panels. I think I'm quite lucky in this playthrough in that none of my solar panels ever catch fire. Or at least none of those ones, anyway. It's kind of disheartening to have a large solar plant just suddenly get annihilated. Here we go, connecting up the new plant to the grid. There's no real need to separate this piece because we're not going to build this far down at all. We just want the power. We have more than enough space to build enough living quarters and other parts of the base, storage and all that. Another guy, he's screwed. We don't care about them. There we go, equipping my people with some weapons. I'm finding the best people for shooting. I think I get them to do hunting. That's the reason. Although I found that hunting is kind of dangerous. It's not the animals that they're hunting, it's themselves. If you have, basically you want to have one hunter at a time. Or if you're going to have hunters, don't equip them with automatic weapons. Because your colonists, your other hunters will get in the way of that automatic fire and they will die. I had the great idea to equip a guy with a minigun. I think that happens soon. And it's such a bad idea. I had someone go down because he got caught in the crossfire. Oh, we got a buffalo attack. Tough guys. Boom. Nice. Oh yeah, the guy went down. Rescue him. Oh, it was enemy. Another guy. See, this is what happens when you people are going outside. I was sending them all out to get metal, but I'm leaving them open to attack. Luckily, these guys are just like cavemen people, very easy to deal with. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Still haven't converted that prisoner, it's taking a long time. We still haven't hooked up our batteries. I was sort of experiencing a metal shortage at this point, which was really hurting us. But, you know, we're getting there. Oh, I trapped a person. Whoops. Poor guy. Oh, look at this. It's going really well. We'll be out of here in no time. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, leave a comment if any of those things are true, and I'll see you later.